lovely people, and welcome to my channel once again, The Asby Witch. My name's Brooke, I have Aspergers and I'm a traditional pagan witch. And today I'm going to be talking about Aspergers, witchcraft and me. So let's get into it. Okay, so with me, it started when I was a child, obviously. No one was really aware of it. It was more me aware that I couldn't fit in at school very well. I used to have to struggle. I always felt like I had to force my way in. I felt like I wasn't good enough, kind of thing. There was all this. It's a long story, but I'll keep it as brief as possible. I struggled with communication at school, learning. I always found certain subjects almost impossible, especially maths, almost impossible. Anyway, and I used to have meltdowns that were mistaken for tantrums, you know, and people just didn't understand then like they do today. So anyway, long story short, just skim over it. I got married and I had 3 children, and then I had my 4th child, and she was diagnosed with autism aged 5 and also epilepsy. And through her, my husband and my other children said, "Mum, you are just like Tallulah. We think you're autistic too." And so I was like, maybe I could be. And this went on for a few years, you know, them saying, "Mum, you really should get tested." And I never did. I used to think, oh no, I'm too old now and all this, it won't make any difference. I've lived with it for 50 years, it's fine. And then it came to a point where I was really struggling with things, and it was getting me down, and I didn't understand. I always felt like I was doing something wrong. There was something wrong with me. I couldn't understand things. I was repeatedly watching things and it just got out of hand. So yes, I agreed and I went to the doctor and I got referred, and within 7 months I had an appointment for an assessment with the autism specialist, and within 9 months I was diagnosed. So 2 months later I was diagnosed. Oh, no, sorry, it was a month later. So that changed my life. Anyway, this was in September I got diagnosed, and 2 weeks later, well, like I said to you in my very first video, I've always known that I'm witchy. I've always known that I have a gift. I've always known lots of things that made me think that I was possibly a witch. Anyway, so I was diagnosed and I felt like I'd finally be myself at last. And literally within 2 weeks, I started to really feel the calling for my witchcraft, really feel it strong. Like, it felt good. I felt like I could be myself for the first time ever, you know, and not feel guilty about it, or not feel like I've got to hide it. So I started researching, and the very first book I actually read was, my daughter had it, and she said, "Mum, give this a read." She said, "It's not literally so much about witchcraft and how to learn it. It's just a lady's story, her story, and it's called Witch by Lisa Lister." And I read this, and it was very, very interesting, and it got me really interested in what kind of journey mine would be like and what would happen to me. So then luckily my friend, who is also a witch, she said, "I've got a book you would really like and really help you." I also have to put in that I struggle with reading, not reading, the actual concentration of keeping my mind on a page. I have to really try and focus and get my brain to kick into the imagination side of things when I'm reading a book. But I found these books really quite easy to actually get into. So anyway, my friend sent me this one. It's called The Real Witch's Craft by Kate West, and it blew my mind. I was like, oh, this is so for me. And it really did. It opened my world for me. Everything changed. I felt like I found myself. I felt like I was home, whatever, however you want to address these things. And it just went on from there. I started watching YouTube videos, learning from that. And like I said, always take bits and pieces from these things that you read and watch, but always it has to resonate with you for you to be able to go forward with it for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you can take as much advice as you want from other people, but it is all down to you and your magic and your intuition. So just keep that in mind. But anyway, I watched lots of YouTube videos, and I started to feel more and more happy with what I was doing. And then eventually I plucked up the courage and did my first spell, and I never looked back. I just kept going. But the thing is, like I said, I don't do spells constantly. I do them when I feel drawn to. I know when there's a need for a spell, rather than me saying, oh, I want to do this one, it looks good. I'll go, no, I feel a need to do this one. Either it's for me or it's to help somebody else. I never really do love spells, though. I will say that I don't do love spells. What I will do is I would do somebody a confidence spell, so that they could go out there and with the confidence and meet somebody, or an attraction spell, you know. But I would never do love spells, because for me that's manipulating someone's free will, and that's not really what I'm about. I don't want to do anything like that. But anyway, so I started doing, my craft started to grow, and I am still learning. I've only been doing it a year, and so I'm still literally a little tiny mini witch, but I'm still learning. I mean, you learn life to life as far as I'm concerned. I don't think you ever stop learning. But what I like to do in this video is I just explained a little bit more about me, so you get to know me a bit better, and maybe understand why I say so much, and maybe pause a little bit too many times, and maybe get my words jumbled too, just so you can try and understand that side of me a little bit more. But yeah, the witchcraft side of things, I mean, I couldn't be without it. Another thing I will say to you is, don't let any other witch tell you how to witch, and that includes me. Always follow your own path. I literally keep stressing that, and I keep saying it, but it's very, 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 very important. I used to always struggle with my own making decisions myself with my Aspergers, and I still do sometimes, but since I've been doing my witchcraft, I feel much more in control of myself, and I trust my intuition 100,000,000%. So you just need to do what you feel comfortable with and what resonates with you. And follow your intuition. It really is as simple as that. And whether you're autistic or not, always do the same thing. And it's helped me, and I'm autistic, you know, and it'll help you even if you're not autistic. So it's just, I don't know, I just love it so much. You know, you witches know what I'm talking about when I say that. It gives you a feeling of contentment, happiness and direction, focus, independence, and just a general feeling of love and peace. I'm going to do a video on nature and how much I love nature and what it's all about for me in a few weeks. So yes, I would just like to say thank you for watching, all of you that have watched my previous videos. It means a lot to me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will be with you. My next video will be, this one's going up on Thursday, so my next one will be the following Tuesday. So yes, don't forget to live your extra witchy life, and I will see you on the next video. Bye!